Well, hello there to all of my Capricorns. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right. Okay. So let's expose some clowns today. Okay. Happy full moon. It is a hunter's moon. It's an ice cold moon. It has a lot of different names. This moon has that. You can go to the Farmer's Almanac to find out the name of the moon. Somebody asked me yesterday. It was yesterday or day before yesterday this week, right? Because y'all know I post videos several times a week. But let's expose some clowns, okay? Let's do it. All right. The energy that I'm picking up on is that someone, let me see which card I'm looking at, because I'm seeing all of these leaves around here, right? Someone wanted to be into a secret society, right? And so there's several different things that somebody may have had to do to be initiated into a secret society, right? And so they could be changed to some kind of an addiction now, like smoking, like drinking, like sexing, like whatever, right? And they are having a tower moment, like they're having a crash out right now, right? They are crashing out right now because they cannot believe that you figured out what was going on behind your back, right? Whether you whoever it is, it could be another Capricorn, right? But you were born a star, meaning that you already, so you could be a star of your group of friends, but stars recognize stars even when stars don't recognize that they are star. If that makes any sense, meaning that we're not talking about celebrity, right? But people can pick people out who stand out. It's a look that you have. It's a certain level of confidence that you had. You know, when you feel nurtured and when you don't feel nurtured. It's certain characteristics. This hunter's moon here is very triggering for a lot of people because some people have been hunted. They feel like they've been hunted their entire lives. They've been bullied their entire lives. Almost like somebody is trying to, initiate them into something. Like, this is where you know your worth and this is where you know your value. Like, somebody is like I said, I'm gonna use the word slave and slave catchers, because that's going to be important. That's going to be key here for you to understand the significance of the two. Like the movie Django, the character Steven in the movie Django is significant because some of you all slave hunters are violent. They violently pursue you, right? Because their motivation is different than the slave master. The slave master is looking at you as like, okay, this is a reward. I got this person, they're gonna make me a whole lot of money. They can make me a fortune, right? And so the slave, the hunter, violently. And let me say this, in almost every race, in almost every culture, there are slave masters and there are slave hunters, right? Slave catchers, right? So somebody really wanted to enslave you from your past. Let's not just get caught up on black and white, okay? Because almost in every culture, in almost every race, and I know I'm saying this for all around the world, and you got to recognize that same characteristic in your own family first and foremost, because they are part of the problem, right? So if you don't recognize it in your own family, no matter what your race or culture is, then it's going to be real hard for you to recognize those same characteristics outside of your family, okay? Whether you were born in a family, whether you were adopted or not, whoever you grew up around, we're going to call them family, okay? Wherever you grew up, right? So I'm trying to be sensitive to every person. But you got to recognize when you were born to stand out, you're constantly being recruited, whether you realize it or not. And you're going to have to tell your kids, you're being recruited. These people want you. They feel like your life is so much better than theirs. And they want to pull you into some kind of secret situation going on here. And so somebody found themselves in a financial pinch. Somebody, a loved one, found themselves in a financial pinch, right? And decided to put you in a financial pinch. I need y'all to hear me loud and clear. This is why I stop getting distracted about stuff that's going on in the workplace, Capricorn, about, I just need to make a little bit of extra money because my kids need this and my kids need that. A lot of them, you've been telling them, treating them like the apple of your eye and the star of your life since they've been born. But they get around certain friends. I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. They get around certain friends. It's like your parents were ever to peep. When you came in the house, they were like, that's not your friend. They could already see all over them. They looking around, like scanning everything in the house. Oh, they got a nice house. And you could have grown up on a house on center blocks. And I'm not kidding when I say this. But something about you or your child, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, it's something about you that stands out so bright that you got to be careful about what you being initiated into, right? Because people see your value and they see your worth. So you just looking at money in terms of paper and coins, right? But they're seeing your worth, like they can make a whole lot of money off of you. They can make a whole lot of money off of you and will turn around and make you responsible for carrying the load. Next thing you know, you need to pick up an extra job. Next thing you know, your credit is messed up. Next thing you know, all this stuff is messed up. But a tower is happening right now because somebody in your family, either you or somebody in your family, let's just say it's somebody in your family, was not aware of what was being done behind their backs. Right? But the first thing is people talking down to you. This happened in your family already. This would be your grandmother, grandfather, parents yelling and screaming and talking to you like you just lower than low. That is that's total disrespect, right? For those of you all who read Bible scriptures, read the first couple of verses in Ephesians 6. About slaves and slave masters, right? But before, ahead of that, this is going to click for some of you all about honoring your mother and father, and your days on this earth will be longer, because after that it tells you about how parents are not supposed to stress their kids out, right? So if your parents are talking to you or grandparents are talking to you, just talking down to you, they're already preparing you to be caught by slave masters. Let's be crystal clear. There's respect and there's disrespect, right? You can respect the persons, because I'm telling y'all, people who are known they're born stars, they were born a star, realize they will walk off any job if they disrespect it. They don't care how much the paycheck is. They'll walk off the job. You're not going to disrespect me. You can forget that, okay? You maybe talk to all the other people like that. I'm going to respect your title and position, but you're not going to talk to me like I don't have greatness in me, right? So somebody chained a loved one, it can be another Capricorn in your family, to something, right? Who did not realize that they were a star. They weren't moving like it. You try to tell them over and over and over and over again, those are not your friends. You need to stop hanging around these people. They did not listen, and somebody decided that they were going to sacrifice you. They decided they were going to sacrifice you and make a fortune off of you. That's why some of your loved ones don't need money from you anymore. They can't even look you in your face and receive anything from you because of what they did. But they're being exposed because they're having a tower moment. They're having a tower moment. They did not know their own worth and their own value, but something started with an Aries of talking down to some, ramming their belief systems down somebody's throat. An Aries and an Aries moon are responsible for somebody having a tower moment in your family. Somebody who is impulsive, aggressive, and impatient. Someone who is stubborn, possessive, and resistant to change. Those are the characteristics for somebody. They had a first impression of you, that you were chained to something, that you were going to just lie around and just take something until you didn't. And this is what's causing a tower moment on them. You're not enabling somebody's bad behavior towards you, whether it's a mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, your mom or your dad, right? Encourage your kids to speak up. If they're your kids, encourage them to speak up respectfully. You know, even if you know, because they're getting it out. If something is going on and they're trying to express themselves, encourage that. What's going out the window is all this because I said so. No, that ain't gonna fly anymore. That's not gonna fly because I said so. Okay, now why did you say so? Explain to me why somebody's beating you like they beating you with a whip. Why? You mad at somebody at work and you want to take something out on a child? No, you're not. No, you are not. So somebody is very fortunate that you are a prayer warrior, because you're exposing some stuff. You're not going to have your kids and grandkids chained to some crazy belief system of being it's okay to be bullied by your own family members, by your own parents, by your own grandparents. No, that is not going to happen. You will expose them and let the whole tower fall on their whole belief system. You're not beating your kids into submission. So you are a star. It makes you a star. A generational cycle chain and curse has been broken. You are just now waking up to some things. And so that means you will end a relationship with anybody in your family who disrespects you. Anybody. So somebody is part of some kind of a you and Aquarius are both ruled by Saturn, right? So you and Aquarius could have gone through a Saturn return. Capricorns, stop looking up to people who make more money than you all, who people say look better than you all. This is self-esteem. This is self-love, self-esteem. Okay? Know your worth and know your value. A light is coming on in your spirit. Okay? A light is coming on in your spirit. A lot of people are realizing that they've been held back. They were afraid to become entrepreneurs. They were afraid to apply for certain jobs. They were afraid to be in certain spaces. If Source puts you there, you belong there. Okay? I can't say it no clearer than that. You are having an awakening. I don't care if you're black, white, whomever, man, woman, gay, straight, it does not matter. If Source puts you there, you belong there. Okay? People know that you're responsible, that you're a hard-working person, but something is, the top is being blown off of something right now. I was sharing in another reading how somebody was crazy enough to try to charge a trip on my credit card. My credit card company called me to let me know exactly where somebody was trying to charge a trip to. Oh, no. We're going to lock the credit card. That's one, but that's not mine. Y'all need to go ahead and handle that. Y'all need to investigate that, right? I also shared in a reading where somebody had my address listed in Colorado. I have never been to Colorado and never even, just never had I had a layover in Colorado. Never been to Colorado, but yet and still, you got to learn how to do your own background checks. Stop sitting there waiting for a tower moment to happen. Say, oh my God, all hell is breaking loose now. This is the worst time for it to happen. Do this on a regular basis. We're living in an information age where people can just do anything online. Start locking your credit cards if you're not using them. Start checking your bank statements just like your grandparents did. They come in the mail, they sit down, hey, let's handle the finances. Let's start looking at stuff through a fine-tooth comb. Start looking at your own stuff. Okay, because people out here, they gone buck wild when it comes to some stuff. So this is a hunter's moon, but it's also an ice cold moon. So again, happy full moon. And the moon is in Aries, and Aries is a very courageous, energetic, and pioneering zodiac sign. But a low vibrating Aries is impulsive, aggressive, and impatient. So somebody is tired of waiting on a fortune, and they doing all kinds of scams and stuff to take people's money. Don't let it be yours. Don't let it be yours. And if you find out that they're doing it, you want them prosecuted. Forget all of that. That's my friend. Okay, they going to jail or prison. Which one they want to choose? Okay, you're not playing games with your money. Here's a devil card. You're not chained to fear. You're not chained to fear. So you're in a very vulnerable position. But if they stole something from you, guess where they going? Bye-bye. Like them babies with them fat fingers, they be waving bye-bye, they going bye-bye. Something was done behind your back, right? And so, yeah, it's time to get structured and authoritative, right? So, yeah, you're dealing with somebody who is an Aries, and somebody who's an Aries moon card that used you to chain you to them. An Aries and an Aries, somebody who has an Aries moon. You do not need a person's time of birth to pull their birth chart. Pull people's birth charts. Since y'all want to find out who my next love interest is, so let's pull a compatibility chart. Pull their birth chart. Okay, y'all, this what you're dealing with. They are responsible for doing something behind someone's back and think that you too slow to figure out what it is, but somebody else already figured it out, and they want them in jail. Y'all better wake up, because there's big money involved. Big money involved, and somebody think that you just too zonked out of it because it's a full moon. Start charging up your gemstones and crystals. You got protective amulets out here, right? Why do y'all think kings and queens had these gemstones in their crowns? Adjust your crown because people know that they are healing properties. Why do you think people wear diamonds? Why do you think people wear emeralds? They have rubies and garnets. All of these things have healing properties. They're not just decorations. They have healing properties. These plants and herbs, right? This is rosemary. All of these have healing properties. And thank you to those of you all who have bought my awakening oil, right? So again, let's get into it. Let's get intuitive, okay? This is my tagline. All of these things matter. They all work together. They all work together. It's easier to just check out and just look at it in a physical sense. But that's what I told y'all. Like, y'all have a prayer warrior that's on top of it. You hear what I'm saying? I would not care who it was that was involved in it. Guess what? Guess where you're going? Guess where you're going? You're going to have a tower moment. You're going to have a total recall, okay? So you may be in hermit mode right now where a light is coming on for you. It's like, oh my God, I was talked down to or yelled at or talked to. Like, you know, when I hear people talking to their kids like they just don't even matter and just saying all kinds of stuff, talking to them, yelling and screaming at them, they are setting them up to be caught by slave masters, okay? I'm just going to call it what it is. Because some people still go by that, okay, I'm your manager, I'm your leader, you're my slave, I'm chaining you to this desk. Like all of this other stuff, I'm chaining you to me, I'm chaining you to this marriage, I'm chaining you to this friendship. And so it's somebody from your past who feels like they don't want you to have a Saturn return. So they're chaining you to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The hell if they are. They know they not. No, they are not. Somebody's also dealing with a Libra. Somebody is dealing with a Cancer, right? Somebody is also dealing with a Taurus. Somebody's dealing with a Leo. Somebody from your past. It could be your past friends who feel like they want to chain you to them in terms of money, or it could be your kids. Check your kids that went away to college. Your grandkids. Check all of them. Check your nieces and nephews. Ask them. You don't even ask, because they're thinking being bullied like somebody pushing them around and pushing them down where they get a scar or something, their knees are bleeding or whatever. Somebody, oh yeah, we all a part of this group. We are part of this secret society. You got to pay your dues. Nobody else is paying dues, but they making you pay the majority. They making your kids pay the majority of something because they want to, well, we got some kind of dirt or secret on you. And usually it's something sexual in nature. That's their insurance. Okay, we got something on you sexually in nature. So we got something on you. No, they do not. No, they do not. Would you rather you stand up, whether you rather your kids or your nieces and nephews stand up to these bullies now, or you going down with them? That's why some of y'all won't. That's why some people, and I'm not talking about all Capricorns, but that's why some of you all will not have one-on-one conversation with your manager. It's easier to, we got to make sure everybody heard the same question. We got to put it on social media. We got to do this. We got to expose. We got to jump on a bandwagon together. Somebody is making you responsible, or your kids or your nieces or nephews responsible for a lot of money. I need y'all to wake up for real. They making them responsible because I'm telling y'all, if you got a family member like me, I'm just say this, you got a family member like me and I found something out, everybody going down. And I wouldn't care who thought what. Everybody connected to them and going down, including the family member or members. I'm not enabling craziness. I work way too hard for them. You know, here we have somebody trying to box you in. So ask source for clarity. Some of you all's kids, grandkids, whoever, nieces and nephews want to be a part of secret societies, and the way that they're keeping them in bondage is through some kind of sexual ritual, sex ritual. All right. So you have the gift of premonition. This is forewarning. You get forewarnings, then you down your downloads and dreams. Don't stop waiting to see something in person, y'all. Start journaling your dreams, your downloads. I say it almost every single reading. Somebody has not been completely honest with you about something. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Child, let me tell y'all something. If I found out I was on the dark web, and this is what I'm telling y'all, document everywhere you've ever been where you've changed clothes, like in a bathroom. Document that, right? It's going to help some of y'all to get cameras on your homes, because you're going to start recognizing, oh, I had that on such and such a day. Or start journaling stuff. Like, be your own auditor. You're not going to catch every single thing, but be your own auditor, because these people out here putting people on dark webs to make a fortune, because they feel like you're a star. They feel like somebody else is a star. I'm telling y'all, if I ever went somewhere and I had to change clothes or whatever the case may be, and I found out I was on the dark web, I'm telling y'all, I'm coming after every single person who made $1, a dime off of me. I'm telling you, listen, I'm not chained to fear. Nah. You don't have to pay me no money, but you're gonna pay some kind of way. And you would do that to someone? Yes. Your new home awaits. I see you being booked and busy and not burdened and bitter. Your ancestors are proud of you. Yes, I will come out to every single person involved. I don't care if all you get is Social Security. That's coming to me. So hell no, you ain't playing. Do the mirror work, right? So somebody regrets lying to you about something. So you have the gift of deja vu. This is remembering the future. So make room for a whole new blessing. Somebody's in a crisis, not your problem. Don't cast pearls before swine. Stop bringing your friends to your parents' house. Y'all need to start telling y'all kids, don't you be bringing your friends to the house, because the first time you tell them that is not your friend, and your naive kids and nephews and nieces start saying, well, why would you say something like that? Okay, I'm going to tell you one time. Don't bring these people to my house, because they haven't been carefully vetted, but I can see something all over them that you cannot see. And that's not you necessarily blaming your kids. A lot of parents, they work hard because they don't want their kids to have the same struggles that they had. But some people, I'm telling y'all, they'll come right in your house and canvass the whole house. Oh, we're going to take this, we're going to take that, we're going to take this, and we're going to take that. Journal your journey. What I say? A lot of your cameras are picking up what you wore on this day and what you wore on that day. So when y'all going to these department stores and y'all changing, or y'all going places and you got to change and they got a bathroom or whatever the case may be, and people got cameras and stuff that where they not supposed to, y'all going to these vacation trips. I saw this young lady online the other day, and she was talking about how like she does her own cleanup. She brings her own like sheets and stuff, like her own like disposable sheets when she travels to, like, going out of the country or in the country, whatever, when she's traveling, right? And she does like scanning to see if there's cameras and stuff in the room. Somebody figured out that you were a star and decided, hey, they're gonna make a fortune off of you while still making you pay to be a part of a secret society. Are they crazy? Yeah, they are. Somebody figured it out. It's you versus you. Somebody planned to disrupt your money, backfire. Somebody noticed that, I don't know who I'm talking to here. Somebody noticed that somebody in your family was being handled by a girlfriend. This is a guy. Somebody visited a loved one and realized they had a handler. Somebody had some dirt on them. Y'all need to start listening to the inflections of your voices when your kids move away in college and all of this other stuff. But yes, I want everybody in jail, and I'm not kidding at all. I'm not the one to play with, for real. I don't care who you are. The angel and prophecy of wisdom is with you. I wouldn't care who they were related to, who their family is. I would not care. I'm for real. The new one is extra special. Go play with somebody else. Prepare for an increase in pay. They better play with somebody else. Especially if you got parents that work really, really hard. They better go find somebody else to play with. They better go find somebody else to play with, because you're really not the one. Check your bank statements. Check your bank statements. Like I told y'all the other day, I got a call from my credit card company saying that somebody was trying to book a trip somewhere. I was like, oh, no, I'm sitting right here. It's not me. Start locking your credit cards after you use them. If you use it, unlock it when you stand in the store. Okay, unlock it. Then when you finish making your purchase, lock it back up. Okay? Lock it back up. So somebody is trapped in fear, as they should be. They should have been wild focused. It's a Leo. You're dealing with a Leo that was part of a karmic couple that somebody told a loved one. Somebody told your family member, don't trust that person you friends with. It's two Leos actually. Don't trust that person. Okay? They should be trapped in fear. They should be terrified. Because you don't care who they related to, and you don't know who they, you don't care who they connected to. You do not care. Somebody saw you or your family member as an easy lick. So they're gonna realize you ain't the one. You sending them a very strong message. They try to hang you out to dry. See, this is that it's gonna take it all the way back to the root of where it really came from. This is why they having a tower moment. You're having a tower moment because you're having a total recall. You're dealing with two Leos. Okay, two low vibrating Leos, because high vibrating Leos wouldn't even be about this craziness. But what you're dealing with are people who are arrogant, stubborn, and also domineering. These are energies who would have said they had your back in a situation, but they have predatory energy, apex predator energy, right? So these would have been friends that your family members, they're not your friends. They just disrespectful, shifty-eyed, rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth, halfway speaking to your elders in your family, can't walk in the room and speak to you. Sneaky. Okay? So yeah, so they thought that somebody having a Hammond experience right now, because this energy who thought they were second in command, this is a slave catcher energy, right? Very violent, right? They thought, hey, they had something, right? They had something, right? Little magician. They got the right one. They got the right one. They trapped in fear right now. But somebody like me will go after them with everything. And I'm not stopping. So they met their match. If it's somebody in your family, you need to have somebody who's like me, who's not going to stop. Because you sending a strong message through their entire bloodline that your child or grandchild picked the right one. They should be trapped in fear. They should be terrified, heart palpitations, sweating bullets right now, for real. Whoever this is, they should be. Three of Swords. What you're hearing about right now is just disheartening and heartbreaking, because here's the thing. Somebody talked about their heartbreaks, their loss, their divorces, the surgery they've gone through, the depression they've gone through, sufferings, grief. And to hear this kind of craziness with these apex predators who do this kind of stuff and then try to use stuff against people. Okay, well, we got this dirt on you, or we got this dirt on a loved one, or we found out some information, or whatever the case may be. They should be trapped in fear. People work way too hard for their money to be playing with these dummies, because that's what they are. They vampires. They dummies. Half awake and half asleep. Staying high all day long, smoking, drinking, don't want to get out here and do what everybody else is doing, working hard, and then think they're going to take something from somebody. They got the right ones. You don't want to hear nothing their family got to say. They disrupted your peace. So, okay. Karma time. And it's time for you, or whoever you are, to heal your wounded warrior. This is your Chiron. You and your kids need to speak up. Nieces and nephews, if you don't have any kids, tell them to speak up. They want me to do this to be a part of this secret society. Start telling your kids, hell no. Don't you know you're a star? What is wrong with you? No, you don't want to be a part of that society. You got to do all of that so they can have some dirt on you. You're inspiring some people to heal right now. So your well of joy is within you. And if your family members are too afraid to speak up, guess what? You won't be. Somebody X wants to return, that's going to be a no. Because healed people move very differently. So, there it is. That dummy is trapped in fear because they wanted so bad to be the Hammond of the group. They wanted to be they second in charge. Oh, I can get you in with this person. I know that person. Just a dummy. Hammond is a dummy. Okay? Y'all need to read the book of Esther. He is a dummy. Talking about he's second in command. He got the ear of the king and all of this other stuff. He is a complete dummy. So, there it is. So, if you got somebody like that you connected with, they're a dummy. They half dead and half awake. Sitting around all day long, smoking, drinking, high all day long. You know, this and that. Tomorrow, I can talk to this person. I can make this happen. You can't even halfway stay awake. Who you gonna talk to? So it's time for fifth dimensional thinking, right? So it's time to level up. Your angels want you to level your thinking up to the fifth dimension. You are stuck in mundane struggles and material world values. Reframe your thoughts, keeping the big picture in view. Connect to your purpose and the valuable lessons you are learning at this very moment. Draw another card with the intention for guidance as your next steps. 673. Okay. Energetic responsibility. It's time to get focused and find out who you're hanging out with or who your kids are hanging out with, nieces and nephews hanging out with, because somebody's talking to them like something is their way or the highway. I wish somebody would even threaten to put some nude pictures of me online, because they would have had to break into my phone. They would have had to have cameras in their bathroom. I wish y'all, the way I would pursue them, they would think every moon is a hunter's moon. And that is no lie. That's on everything. They would think they think that I was a hunter with the precision and aim of a sniper. And I'm talking about a spiritual sniper. I wouldn't be the one. I'm not, it's serious. They would be rethinking all of their life decisions. And I don't promote violence on my channel, just so we're crystal clear. With the way that I would pursue them and whoever they connected with in court, and the way I would work with law enforcement with them, they would rethink every single decision they ever made in their life. And I'm not kidding. Nowhere near kidding. Your kids and your nieces and nephews would swear up and down they never saw that side of you. Y'all better wake up. Because these energies who want to be a part of something so bad and thinking that their friends got their back, only for them friends to chain them to the devil. I got this information on you, so now I need you to go do this, and I need you to go do this, and I need you to go do this. You don't need nobody to do nothing to be a part of something. These energies are not your God. So if you won't pursue them, trust and believe. You got a family member that would. You ain't got to do nothing but sit there and watch. Because a prayer warrior is not just somebody who's just praying for you. They taking action. They are taking action. So, yeah, you sitting there in the lotus position, you better start learning telepathy real fast, talking to your friend like, okay, we need you get your brains together. But somebody took a loss. Somebody took a loss, and they have memories like an elephant. So it's time to cut some people off permanently. You don't need to make an announcement. You don't need to have no last conversations with some of these people. Cut them off. Cut them off. They're not your friends. Your friends would not cause you a tower moment. Your friends would not cause you a tower moment. Somebody wanted you in their karmic cycle, and you better wake up today. You better tell your kids, call them if they're away at college and they want to be a part of this and want to be a part of that. What do you need to do? Because if you want to be a part of a secret society, I need to see the book. I need to know exactly what I'm signing up for. Okay, you want me to be a part of something because somebody sees you as a star? I need to know what I'm being a part of. And I don't want to hear no, well, you know, it's we can't really tell you that. Okay, well then don't ask. You're that close to your vault door. Memory like an elephant, right? So somebody sees something as a major loss. They felt like, you know, So this is where, like I said before, everything indeed is out of control, and God will hold it all. You can safely let go. Let go, child, let go. It's about fifth dimension thinking. Somebody is trapped in fear. That's not your problem. They shouldn't have did what they did to you. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. So get focused. Get focused, get focused, get focused. Get focused, right? Somebody saw you as competition the day they befriended you. They saw you with a crown on your head that you did not see for yourself. There's something about your hair. Something about your hair. Your hair is your crown. They may have saw you have real thick hair. You can wear it many different ways, whether you're locking it, straightening it, curly, whatever. They saw that as competition. Something about the way your physical appearance, they saw you as regal, that you could not see when you looked in the mirror, either you or a loved one. It doesn't matter what you're black, white, whoever. You were dealing with slave catchers. Somebody who saw you as a star and they could make a fortune off of you, a handler. Well, I don't care what color your hair is. It could be gold, blonde with nice thick locks of hair. It could be dark hair, brunette, red, whatever it is. But somebody saw you a crown on your head and they decided, hey, we can make a whole lot of money off of this energy. They trapped in fear now. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If you don't see it and a family member saw it, they going after them. They going after them with everything. All they were doing was lying and waiting. Lying and waiting. As soon as they try to charge that credit card, bam. As soon as they change that address, bam. They don't have to name any names. They don't have to name any names so they can play magician. Oh, now we can sue them because they named us on social media. They don't have to name any names. You're just letting people do their job. You're sending that information off. Like I told y'all, I've never been to Colorado. I've never had a layover in Colorado. But how in the world is my name on something when I go do my own background investigation end up in Colorado? Who the heck was in Colorado? It wasn't me. I got my picture on Instagram for those of you all who've never seen me. I got pictures on Instagram, right? So somebody could be a copycat out here, a secret copycat playing games. Somebody should be trapped in fear. They should be terrified. Non-violent does not mean that you weren't pursue something. No, you don't need to put hands on somebody. You're not trying to come up with fleas. That's what I have for you all. That is what I have for you all. Remember, you all wrote 10th house as the house of career and vocation. Okay, the house of career and vocation. So this week is a spirit is guiding you through transformation into liberation, right? You get liberated in your mind. Know your worth and know your value. Start telling your kids, your spouse, whatever, they are a star. They have greatness in them. Because them wanting to be a part of something, they're not asking enough questions. What is this about? What is this about? Everybody in these groups and these societies are not evil, right? But what is it all about? What does it all entail? If they ask somebody to do a sex ritual, that is going to be a hell no, because some people, they would die of shame if something got out about them. Oh, they tried to have sex with the same sex or the opposite sex. I'm telling y'all, start talking to your kids and start talking to your grandkids, nieces and nephews and all this stuff about this stuff that's going on. Now, if they decide they want to still do whatever and try to get you looped or roped into something, guess what? The tower gonna fall on them too. You're not out here enabling nobody. So this is your liberation. The collapse of the old is not your fall. It's your rise into divine structure and truth. You are being reborn as the master architect of your destiny. Trust the process. You're stepping into alignment with divine order. Yeah, some people are trapped in fear right now, but you need to get on fifth dimension thinking. Come out of this, I don't believe something until I see it. You better believe it. It's happening all around you, right? Right behind your back, right up under your nose. Wake up. That's what I have for you all. Hopefully this is helpful, all right? It's a full moon. It's a full moon in Aries, and it's a cold moon. It's an ice moon. It's a hunter's moon, right? The energies who are being used to hunt you, right? See your worth and your value. I mean, y'all hear stuff like headhunters for jobs and stuff. Some of y'all don't even realize how valuable you are in these workplaces, right? And they see you as valuable. So when you leave the workplace, they go right into destroying your character. They go right into destroying your character, destroying everything about you, because they know how valuable you were in that workplace. They know how valuable you were in that friendship group. They know how valuable you all are in your family dynamics. They know how valuable you are. Please start seeing your own value and expose these energies. You don't need to call them out by name, but let them commit some kind of crime. Like while you're going through a Saturn return, the Saturn return could be like you got married and you needed to change your name. They could have your mail forwarded to their house. Let the postmaster do their job, but stay on top of it. Don't just go in there and change your address and don't go back and look. Keep going back and checking, because they got cameras in the post office too. Who came in and got your mail? Who came in and got your mail? Start talking to people, right? Why is your mail still being forwarded somewhere and somebody's not telling you, hey, I got a piece of your mail, where would you like for me to send it? They got the mail, they saw it was your name, they opened it anyway. Who has this information with your credit card information on it? Why is it going to this address? And why isn't somebody getting on the phone calling you or taking it back to the post office saying, okay, this is the wrong mail? Everybody do that all the time. Okay, people from where you moved to now, some of the people who lived there before, their mail come to your house by accident. Right on their wrong address. Stick it back in the mailbox. So whoever they can do their job and find out where these people live. Somebody is trapped in fear right now because they committed a crime. And guess what? You don't have to do a thing except cut them off. But start talking to your family member, because if some of their friends did it, you don't care who they related to. They can't pay you enough money. You want to send a strong message that they couldn't send a message. They couldn't send a message that their kids out here buck wild, wilding out, acting crazy. Guess what? You ain't raised them. You ain't give birth to them. And if it's yours, you're not enabling them. So protect your career. Somebody that you could have worked with in the past. Somebody that you work with in the past. Somebody has a big, your career is growing. I'm telling y'all, listen. Somebody's career is bright. Because you ain't playing. You ain't playing, y'all ain't playing. You listen, okay? Because your passion. You got an eye for something. You got the answers. You got the eye for something. You ain't playing with people. You gifted and talented. You are not playing with people, right? Your sixth house, you're so detail oriented. This is your sixth house. Look at your sixth house. Sixth house is Virgo's rule sixth house. You are rule 10th house, but Virgo's rule sixth house. You so detailed, it's not even funny. People are like, oh no, we got to have this person on their team, on our team. Know your worth and know your value. You're not enabling people. You're not enabling family members. You're not enabling their friends, whatever circles they running in. None of that mess. Okay? They met the right one. They should be trapped in fear, child. Somebody should be peeing on themselves right about now, for real. But it ain't you. That's what I have for you. Hopefully you all have a great day. Sending you all lots of love and light. And don't forget to get your awakening oil. You can get it on my Etsy store. And thank you for those of you all who have been putting nice comments under my goods, products, and services over there on the Etsy store. We do have some new products that are going up. But yeah, you're not enabling craziness. Okay? You're not playing that game. You don't need to put hands on nobody. You don't need to cuss nobody out. You don't need to be greasing up your fist. You don't need to be putting razor blades in your hair. You don't need to be doing none of that. Let them go ahead and commit. What I say? Let them go ahead and commit a crime. Let them do it. Because you right on it, so-and-so. You right on it. You right on it. You're on top of it. But somebody else is on top of it, even if you're not. So you're going to put it into it. Yeah, you could have been zombified out, or you could have been like, I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed and overworked, I can't see something. Somebody was lying and waiting. Let them go ahead and do it. They hopping right on it. So somebody sees your star in you, even if you don't see your star in you. So, but yeah, that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.